7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Beginning pitch over.
Stage 1 propulsion nominal.
A beautiful, clean liftoff from Rocket Lab Launch Complex 2 on the eastern shore. There goes Electron in full flight for the STP-S30 mission. We are T plus 45 seconds post liftoff, and Electron's velocity is climbing past 700 kilometers an hour, now at just past 5 kilometers above Earth. We are quickly approaching the moment of maximum aerodynamic pressure, otherwise known as max Q, which is when the forces against the rocket are at their peak.
Vehicle is supersonic, approaching max Q. Clear max Q.
Electron has cleared max Q and is continuing its southeastern trajectory off the coast of Virginia out over the Atlantic Ocean. The first stage's Rutherford engines are at full thrust to take the launch vehicle past 2,000 kilometers an hour, now more than 23 kilometers above Earth. You can keep an eye on Electron's trajectory with the dials in the top corner of your screen there. That nominal altitude and velocity means we're quickly approaching the next scheduled event for Electron, separation of the stages at approximately T plus 2 minutes and 44 seconds into flight.
What's about to happen is we'll see the Rutherford engines on the bottom of the first stage throttle down to slow Electron just a bit before the engines shut off completely. As you see happening there on your screen, we have main engine cutoff, also known as MECO. The second stage will then separate from the first stage, just a couple of seconds ahead of the engine on stage 2, igniting to continue the mission to orbit. These three events have already started to take place, so we're just going to sit back and watch these happen on our camera lives as we listen in for mission control for the callouts.
Beacon confirmed. Stage 2 ignition confirmed.
That is MECO, stage separation, and second stage engine startup complete on Electron for the STP-S30. Nice, clean set of events that sets us up for fairing jettison in under a minute.
Yes, now that we have cleared the lower atmosphere, we jettison Electron's 2 nose cone halves of the excess mass from stage 2, and the disc sats get their first taste of space. Just a few seconds away from that fairing jettison taking place, so let's bring back up the mission control comms to listen in and watch along.
HVP discharge holding nominal.
Fairing jettison confirmed.
We are T in just about 4 minutes into flight there, and the mission is proceeding nominally as Electron continues to orbit, now at more than 8,200 kilometers an hour, with its altitude at just past 160 kilometers. We've got a couple of minutes before our next event to take place on the second stage, the battery hot swap. This milestone keeps the second stage Rutherford engine burning across its entire engine burn time. Now, to get to that initial 150 kilometer target, the second stage Rutherford engine on your screen has an engine burn behind just shy of 7 minutes before the kick stage is separated and sent on its way with the DISCSATs. To keep the engine burning for the full duration, we need to swap out the batteries that are powering the engine's fuel pumps. Before we run out, Electron performs a battery hot swap to switch to a new battery pack that keeps the engine running. We'll hear a few callouts from mission control in the lead up to that moment. HVB discharge holding nominal refers to the high voltage batteries that are currently in use, with the operator letting us know that those batteries are performing as they should, before another reminder about 30 seconds before the actual hot swap.
And when that hot swap happens, you should see the silver battery packs on your screen disconnect and disappear, which will be our visual confirmation that all were nominal with that event. Hot swap is scheduled to occur in approximately T plus 6 minutes, 40 seconds, so let's listen in and watch out for it now.
Guidance is nominal, 200 seconds remaining.
HVB discharge holding nominal, approaching hot swap in roughly 30 seconds.
Throttling down.
Battery jettison confirmed.
Confirmed hot swap successful.
And with that, we've completed the hot swap maneuver for Electron's second stage, with the Rutherford engine continuing to burn bright and nominal on its way for the next staging event. We're clocking more than 14,700 kilometers an hour as Electron continues to climb above 275 kilometers in altitude. We are right on target to deliver the STP-S30 mission to its nominal transfer orbit ahead of payload deployment to our 550-kilometer LEO destination. Once they're deployed, the 4 DISCSATs will operate in pairs. One pair will remain at 550 kilometers above Earth to test out operations at that altitude, while the other pair will maneuver into what's known as Very Low Earth Orbit, or VLEO, which is considered to be between 300 and 450 kilometers above Earth.
Alright, well, coming up next will be the second stage engine cutoff, or SECO. This manoeuvre follows relatively the same procedure as main engine cutoff, where the Rutherford engine on the second stage will shut off ahead of the final separation of the vehicle between the second stage and the kick stage. There will be a bit of a gap between that final separation and payload deployment, as the stage separation places the kick stage in an elliptical orbit of Earth first. So we'll explain what happens then after we receive confirmation from Mission Control, first of SECO and then stage separation.
We are now T plus 8.5-ish minutes into flight, and the second stage engine continues to burn, but very quickly we are approaching SECO, or second engine cutoff. Soon the Rutherford will throttle down before shutting off to maintain a steady state for the kick stage and its payload during the separation event. We'll get a guidance as terminal callout at 20 seconds before the engine shuts down, so let's listen out now for Mission Control and keep an eye on your screen for that red hot nozzle to start turning cold at SECO.